A good morning to all our viewers across the world and in different places of Africa. This is Tuso Kumalo here in Johannesburg, coming to you live to share with you what we have here on Africa Report News. Breaking news that's coming out of South Africa here. Former President Jacob Zuma has won another battle against his former party, the ruling African National Congress. The High Court sitting in Durban today ruled that former President Zuma and his party, the Umkhonto Wesizwe, can go ahead and use the name Umkhonto Wesizwe together with the logo that they have there showing a spear. The ANC, we remember, in March had gone to court to try and stop this party from using the name Umkhonto Wesizwe, claiming that this name belongs to its former Liberation Army, Umkhonto Wesizwe, and it cannot be used by a political party outside the ANC. It also argued in court that the logo that President Zuma and his party are using are that of the MK, and there is too much similarities between that logo and the ANC logo that could cause voters to be confused. But the High Court sitting today dismissed that application. Reasons were not given for that ruling, but it dismissed the application with costs, giving room to the MK, Umkhonto Wesizwe and Zuma, to use that name and the logo. And this is a second battle that Zuma has won against his former party. We know that the ANC earlier on in the year, they went to court to try and bar Zuma and his party from contesting, alleging that the registration of the party itself was irregular. It didn't meet the requirements, and it was only given a second chance. This is when it qualified. But the Electoral Court also dismissed that application. And this is another battle. We know that Zuma has also faced a legal battle from the IEC, the Independent Electoral Commission, which ruled that because of a criminal record, Zuma's face cannot be on the ballot. He cannot be allowed to contest the elections. He can still be the leader of his party, but not allowed to contest for elections. But the court dismissed that as well. So President Zuma is scoring his third victory as far as these elections are concerned. If the MK was barred from using the logo and the name, this would have had far-reaching consequences. One, we know that it is a name that's registered with the IEC, that has been accepted. Secondly, on Friday, the IEC, which is the Independent Electoral Commission here, announced that it has started printing ballot boxes, meaning this name is already part of those ballot boxes. And of course, on the MK side, we know that they have had hundreds of t-shirts printed. They have had banners all over the country. They have got vehicles branded in their name. This is the name that the people know. So with only 36 days left before the elections, it would have been a devastating outcome for the MK to change all that within these 36 days. We're still to try and introduce a new name. But now Zuma is a happy man again, and his supporters now saying nothing else will stop Umsholozi, as they call him, from occupying the union buildings. They are saying they are poised for the majority, and the courts, of course, they say the courts agree with them. And of course, we have seen a lot of supporters are coming out to support this new party. Surprising that is a new party, and experts are already predicting that it's going to be the third largest party in South Africa. But there are some, of course, very optimistic, saying the party is likely to displace the ANC, not in terms of winning more votes than the ANC, but depleting the votes of the ANC to such an extent that if it goes into coalition with other parties, it could displace the ANC from there. We know that the latest poll that's showing now that we saw, the latest one was putting ANC at less than 40%, 36%, 35%. Where the latest poll was putting ANC of the total vote they allude the drop. We know that in the previous elections, the national percentage for the ANC was 57%. So falling from 57 to below 40, they credit that to the rise of the MK party, which has seemed to be taking a lot of supporters from the ANC. And of course, it's only on the 26th of May where we'll know which one is in charge of the country, which one is the majority. But of course, all analysts are predicting coalitions. With ANC less than 40% or less than 50%, it will need coalition partners. And of course, the margin, if it's 40% or 36%, the margin is so big that it cannot go into coalition with only smaller parties because they don't even add up to 5%. So it will need the larger parties like the MK or the Economic Freedom Fighters or the Democratic Alliance for it to be above 50.1%. It's left to be seen. But for now, MK supporters are in huge celebrations. And of course, some public relations analysts are saying the ANC has done quite a lot of campaigning for the MK. We know that they suspended President Jacob Zuma, and there was talk of that also when Zuma launched his party. There were these two cases, and of course Zuma is capitalizing. After each case, he goes outside the court and with all the media glare, campaigns fully for his party. So they're saying the ANC has done quite a lot to campaign for this MK party. We haven't got a response yet from the ANC as we went into this live, but definitely MK showing a lot of scoring there. It's left to be seen if it's going to score the last one on the 29th of May. Tusukumalo here in Johannesburg.